Hello everyone, my name is Erin and I'm the chair of the Southern Branch of the Irish Patchwork Society. In 2015 we started our first Black of the Month project in February of 2015 and continued it through the year. I am going back as a summer project for this summer and recording the slideshow presentations that I made for the membership meetings that we had. And posting them to the internet so everyone can have an opportunity to make these blocks. If you'd like to download this or any of the other blocks for the Block of the Month, just go to our website at www.ipscork.com, and there is a tab up at the top that says Block of the Month Project, and just click on the year that you want. We have 2015 and we're currently working on 2016. So I'm going to show you how to make the June 2015 Block of the Month, the X Plus block. And it looks like this. It's a great block for a scrappy look. If you go to our Pinterest page, which you can find by going to our website, and then there's a Pinterest square on the right hand side of our website. You just click on that and it'll take you to our page. You can find some really inspiring scrappy versions on the Pinterest board that I made for June of 2015. So please check that out. I'm going to start off by telling you what to cut for this block. For the background fabric, and in our example I used white, you're going to need 8 3.5-inch squares. For fabric 1, and that's going to be that plus that you see in the center, it's a white floral for ours. You're going to need 2 2.5-inch squares and 1 2.5 by 6.5-inch rectangle. Fabric 2, the solid navy, that's going to also be on the plus, like the crosshairs of the block. It touches the white floral. You're going to need 4 2.5 by 3.5-inch rectangles. And then for fabric 3, which is our green navy print that makes the X, you're going to need 4 5.5-inch squares. And so let's show you how to make this. The best way I found to keep myself organized was to start out by laying out your fabrics minus that background fabric using this picture as a guide. So you're going to have the 4 X squares there without the background fabric, and then you're going to lay out the plus and then the navy as well. I started out by sewing that center column, the center column pieces together, so the large white floral and then the 2 navies, and then I pressed those open. And then I finished out constructing that plus sign area by sewing those, the small white floral and the navies together as well. So you'll have a total of 3 pieces that make that plus in the center. Once you have that done, you're going to set those aside. Then you're going to take a marking pen of choice, and then on your background square, you're going to draw a line from corner to corner. And I like to use the friction pen personally. Once you've done that with all of those background squares, you're going to take one of those background squares and line it up with a corner and pin it. And then I like to prepare all my squares at the same time, so you're going to repeat that on that opposite corner. And you'll see that you're sort of creating that X leg there in between those 2 flaps that overlap. So once you've done that, you're going to take those 4 units to your sewing machine and you're going to sew directly on that line, removing your pins as you come to them. Then you're going to trim your seam allowance to 1/4 inch on both sides. Previously I don't think I said this, but when you sew those lines, you're going to, I prefer chain piecing. So I would do one side of the line, all 4 at the same time. And then I would, without even cutting those apart, I would flip that around and then sew the second line. So once you sew both of those lines, you're going to trim your seam allowance to 1/4 inch. And then you're going to press that open and make a total of 4 of these units. Once you do that, you're going to return those units to that block layout, and you can see here is your X and your plus. And then you want to make sure that those X leg units that you just made form that X. You could make the mistake and have them all slanting towards the right or all slanting towards the left. So just make sure that they're all appropriately in the block layout there. So I started out by assembling those vertical columns together, and so I began by sewing that middle, the floral in the navy unit, to the bottom X leg unit, and then you'll finish that out by sewing the other X leg unit to the unit that you just sewed, and then you're going to press all that open, and then once you do that, you're going to sew all of those columns together and press it open, and you are completely done. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. The email address of our group is corkips@gmail.com. And again, you can find all of the downloads for this block and any of the blocks that we've done at www.ipscork.com. Thanks for watching.